Hello, Civilization 5 modders. Civ 5 Fanatic 2025 here. Today I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to go about making a Civilization 5 mod in the form of a new building in the Civilization 5 database. This is my first video tutorial, and I'm really excited to see what you guys do and get off the ground after you know about this tutorial. First off, sorry about the sound. My microphone is being really dumb. I will be copying and pasting the XML code into the description or a file download if you want to just message me on Steam. Mr.Manager 2020 or excuse me 1225. Mr.Manager 1225 it is again. Really excited to get off the ground here. So first off, let's jump right in. First off, you obviously need Steam and Sid Meier's Civilization 5. This tutorial automatically assumes you have Steam, so I'm not going to show you how to download Steam or get Civilization 5 or anything. That's probably a different tutorial. So anyways, what you want to do is you want to go down here on the Steam little tab down here on the right, bottom right. Go ahead and click Library, and go to and then once Steam is open, you go ahead and scroll from the Library drop-down box. Go ahead and hit Tools. It's going to bring you to this list, and what you want to do once you get here, you want to scroll down and go to Sid Meier's Civilization 5 SDK. And basically SDK, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's a modding tool. You can see it also, I think, right there, and then also right there. It's just for different games. Go ahead and right-click or double-click and hit Install. Obviously, mine is already installed, so for those of you who do not have it installed yet, go for it. Pause the video, do what you have to do. For those of you that do, please keep watching. So go ahead and double-click Sid Meier's Civilization 5 SDK. You're going to hit Mod Buddy. Of those four options that you just saw, here, I'll go back actually. Of these four options, these three are mainly for map scenario, obviously. That's for importing art, for units and stuff. Fire Tuner is, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I have no idea. I don't even claim to know. But we're going to be using Mod Buddy. And as you see here, I've copied and pasted the XML shortcut. Once you download Sid Meier's Civilization 5, I'm going to explain XML a little bit to you. Once you download Civilization 5 onto your computer, you can go ahead and go to your computer. Program files is for Windows 7 users. Steam. Reason mine is Steam 1 and not Steam is because I've downloaded Steam twice accidentally. Common. Steam apps, by the way. Sorry, I'm getting really ahead of myself. Steam apps. Common. Civilization 5. Scroll all the way down. Assets. Gameplay. XML. And there you go. There it all is right there. Just go ahead and create a shortcut, just like so, and then post it just like I did. That it's basically like a really big goodie hut for all those of you who want to get deeper into modding than just the simple. But anyways, once Mod Buddy shows up, you can go ahead and click New Mod, and we'll get going right away. A pop-up screen will show up, and it'll say Empty Mod or Map Pack. Right now we're going to do Empty Mod. Not sure. I haven't even tinkered with the Map Pack. I'm going to call mine Wind Farm, because that's the building we're going to be creating today. We're going to be creating a wind farm, and what the wind farm is going to do, hold on one second, title Wind Farm 1, tester, don't subscribe. That tells the people on Civilization 5's workshop and Steam not to download it because it's just a tutorial. But we'll do some extra precautions later. Anyways, what the wind farm will do, this tester will do, I'm showing you an advanced building so you can kind of take a step back and do the rest like a smaller version of a different one, of a different building, more easier. So I'm showing you the hardest so you can do easy later by yourself. What I want the wind farm to do is we want the wind farm to combat against solar and nuclear plants. So we want to open up another option. If you don't want to spend uranium, obviously wind farms can also combat against hydro plants. If you don't want to spend all that aluminum, whatever you have to do, wind farm will just be an easier, a cheap way, and it'll combat against nuclear and solar. So basically, you can go ahead. It already has our project here, wind farm on the top. It should say wind farm up there too. You can go ahead and exit out of the start page. And now I'm going to show you how to organize your folders and your XML files. So you can go ahead and hit Add New Folder right under wind farm, and you can call this one the XML folder because that's the code. There's also SQL, but we won't be using that. We're going to use XML today. Go ahead and hit New Item. And make sure, absolutely sure, that you do XML because this tutorial will not work with SQL. So you want to make sure you have .xml on the end. First one we're going to call it is Civ 5 Buildings. Wait for that to pop up here. Boom, there you go. Then you want to do, hold hold on, and you want to call it the next one, Civ5 building classes. So now we have two. Sorry about that, I'm going to dock this. Alright, now we have two, and now you want to create, I forgot something, so you can go ahead and create buildings is another folder right under XML, and go ahead and put these inside of buildings. There we go. Sorry about that. So that's the way it should look right now. And then go ahead and create another folder under XML and call it new text. And then you can create one more XML file, and this is going to be called Civ5 game text. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now we have three XML files, excuse me, not folders. Well, three folders and three files actually. All three of them should show up right here. All look the same because we haven't done anything with them yet. Explaining a little bit about XML, it works in category and subcategory. So you see, caret is obviously the most this little sign right here, the caret, and close caret is what I like to call them. I'm sure there's a better name for them, but I don't know it. So anyways, it works in this way. So what we want to do right now is we want to make sure that we're in buildings. Make sure that you're in Civ5 buildings. You want to delete all that extra stuff, delete all that stuff, and make it just like this. So the first subcategory we want to reference is buildings. And the buildings is telling the computer that that's what we want to reference. Where if it was units, you could do units. And the same with these folders over here. You could do Civ5 units, Civ5 unit classes, and then Civ5 game text would be. Civ5 game text works for every single thing. So once you reference building, you can go ahead and reference row, because that's the next subcategory. So those three, game data, buildings, and row. When you're building a building, or when you're adding a new building to the Civ5 database, those three are absolutely crucial to what you're doing. So next, you want to do type. And now, instead of hitting enter like that, you want to just keep it like that, and then black text will start showing up. And this is what you want to type in: building underscore wind underscore farm. If there wasn't a space in between the name, it doesn't matter how you do it. If you do it like that, that's totally fine. Just bear in mind that'll show up like that instead of with a space in the Civilopedia and in the game itself. So now the type has been referenced, we're going to go ahead and do building class. And building class is basically the overarching genre of how you would do it. For example, in the Arabian civilization, you have the special building called the bazaar. It replaces the market, but it's still under building class underscore market, even though it is building underscore bazaar. If you follow me there. If you don't, it's not crucial to know, but just bear in mind. So we're going to do cost next, and this is telling this telling the computer how much production it will cost to do or to create. The nuclear and solar cost 500 in a normal game, so we're going to go ahead and copy that because those are they're kind of twins. Next we're going to reference is the gold maintenance, and then we're going to go ahead and do 3, just like solar and nuclear. See, this walkthrough is going to be relatively easy because what we're doing is we're copying. We're mainly copying what's going on in nuclear and solar. We're just creating another option for people to do. The next caret is going to be prereq tech, and this obviously is pretty self-explanatory. You just say tech underscore whatever one you want to be called. And this one we're going to do ecology because that makes the most sense. And I also want to reference, just for future reference, if you're doing like with a space like for animal husbandry, because there's a space, this is crucial. This underscore is absolutely crucial. So husbandry, that's the way it would look. You absolutely cannot do that. There has to be a space. But for ecology, for the time being, we don't obviously have to worry because it's one word. The next one that we're going to reference is, this is now for the next few, it's going to be what's going to show up in the Civilopedia. And if you know what the Civilopedia is, it's that help thing. It gives you strategy info, game info, historical context, stuff like that. All of these next few will start out with text underscore key underscore building, then underscore wind underscore farm. And you're going to go ahead and go to Civilopedia. Okay, and then text underscore key underscore civ5 underscore buildings, underscore. Now this is the only place where we do not add an underscore in this. No matter how many words it are, if there's 5 words, you just say it right in a row. Because the Civilopedia, the computer will automatically do that for you. And you also have to make sure that you do not add S's onto anyone except for the Civilopedia is the only one where there's actually Civ5 buildings and not just building. So be sure and be wary of that. The next one, it'll be strategy. So text key building wind farm